Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, basically the units that you can farm super attacks for from the various story events and which Kais you can farm from the events as well. Now there are a whole new batch of story events up with the latest campaign in regards to Golden Week 2025. So let's take a look at which units you can farm the super attacks of. Starting with the 9 billion power event, we have a Gohan kid. This Gohan is pretty cool in that he basically can be awakened. So he can be awakened into being a Goku Gohan. Not necessarily so useful, but still a pretty nice unit nonetheless, being an SSR Gohan. He will fill out for units like Int LR Kid Gohan, Int Support 60% type Gohan, etc. So I think that's pretty cool and should net out some pretty good results overall. Next event we have is the Ultimate Final Battle. This one's really cool because it actually nets out for 3 types of characters. So this one nets out for Hercule. This one nets out for Goku Base and SS3 Goku. Now it doesn't include Oob, even though there is an Oob. There are no named Oob summonable units that you can use. But the Hercule, we've got the Strength Hercule, which is great. We then got Base Goku, which is usable for a ton of units. Anything ranging from the God Goku, his base form, SS3 LR Goku, his base form, Int LR Goku, Physical Goku, any Goku that's named Goku in their base will be great with this guy. And then we also obviously have the SS3 component once he Dokkan awakens, which tends to make him pretty useful for units like AGL Goku, Strength Goku, etc. So there's a ton of really great units that you can farm the super attack of in terms of like the events there. Next, obviously, we also have coming up a little bit more of a different event. So, Pride Troopers, there's nothing farmable there, it's just Casserole. We have the Fearsome Majin event. This one features actually 3 units that you can get with chocolate. So, the chocolate that you get from this event is actually great. You go to the barber shop, you can exchange it, you can get Kais with it, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Or you can pick up a Goku Angel, a Goten Kid, and a Gohan Teen. Now, the Gohan is pretty useful. Tech Gohan comes to mind, of course. Strength Gohan comes to mind. But the Gohan also awakens into an Ultimate Gohan, and there is also another Ultimate Gohan later on. So, we actually have 2 Ultimate Gohans that we can use, which is great. Then we have Goten, great for the Super Saiyan Goten, Gifted Warrior support. Great for like a lot of different types of units. And then we have the LR Ultimate Gohan as well from the Majin Buu saga. So there's plenty of farmable units to farm. With this, I think it's really great, and I think it's a really good one that helps a lot. The Goku Angel, nothing too crazy. I think that's I think very much pretty straightforward. But honestly speaking, I think barring the Goku Angel, you can get some really good useful units out of here, especially the Ultimate Gohans, Gohan Teens, etc. We continue with War Tournament Reborn. We have another variation of Gohan Teen, very useful, but also obviously, unfortunately with this one, you can't use him for Great Saiyaman. That's kind of like the big shame, because he's Gohan Teen, but then he immediately transforms into Great Saiyaman. So usually I would say, oh, you can use him for Great Saiyaman. Unfortunately, you just cannot with this one. It's a little bit of a shame, but it is one of those things. But either way, it is still obviously great for players to grab, whatever they can out of that. Next, we have the Universe 6 event. This one is pretty big. 3 farmable units here. We have the Int hit, the latest hit that's come out, but also Tech hit, AGL hit, Strength hit, lots of hits, all the different versions of hit. We have Vados, very, very accessible. Int Vados being the only really summonable one, but still pretty good nonetheless. And then we obviously also have Champa. We have the physical Champa, which is also obviously really, really great. So that's all really helpful and really awesome, and something that is incredibly good and just, yeah, very, very useful overall. So yeah, next we have the Fight 10 billion Power Warriors. This is only useful for the Strength Metal Cooler that drops from stage 3. He is useful for any Metal Cooler named unit. The ones that drop from the other stage are not units that you can use, because they are Metal Cooler Strength or Physical or actually different named units. But the Metal Cooler from stage 3, the Strength one, is very, very good. I think, that looks really solid. Next we have 2 units. We have Ultimate Gohan, we have MUI Goku. So Ultimate Gohan, very useful. As I mentioned before, this is an SSR Ultimate Gohan, so no need to awaken him. Very useful for a ton of Gohans. And then we also have the Goku. This Goku, the base isn't great because he's an SR, so it's not actually as helpful. But he does awaken into an MUI Goku. And this is very good. He awakens into UI Sign Goku. And this is very, very good, very helpful overall. So that's great and helps a ton with basically farming up super attacks. And then we have Cabba from the second to last event, also very helpful. Cabba is able to go through all 3 stages. So he starts as Cabba, goes Super Saiyan Cabba, and then goes Super Saiyan 2 Cabba. So you can use them for pretty much any summonable Cabba, which is just the instant strength ones that you're going to want to worry about. In terms of Elder Kais, there are 2 farmable currencies for Elder Kais outside of things like Ultimate Clash and that. So the first is the Universal Survival Saga event, this one, where you get the Goku. There's Kachan that drops from stage 5. This can be exchanged at the barber shop for Elder Kais. And then we have the chocolate from the Majin Buu Saga event that also can be exchanged for Elder Kais from the shop. So you can farm both of those events and grab yourself some Elder Kais outside of the normal places like Ultimate Clash, etc., etc. So I think that's very useful, and yeah, that kind of covers it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and if you need any more help, you can let me know. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, bye.